Let's face it, one problem a lot of us face in this country is bad electricity, and it has affected the way we cook and store our meals. See, food prepping in Nigeria is actually very, very challenging. But guess what? I'm here for you. Hello everyone, it's your girl Chamaka, also known as Chef Amaka. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you some of the steps I've used to solve this problem and prep my meals here in Nigeria. I'm sure it's not something you want to miss. So let's get started. We are going to be focusing on breakfast, tomatoes, and fruits. And now, there are reasons why I had to do this, but subsequently we are going to do other ones. I'm going to categorize breakfast into three: eggs, bread, and cereal. Eggs, they are the most important things, in fact, very vital things in the kitchen. But one of the things I have realized is that when you store them in the fridge and there is no light, you will see molds on them. Now, when you see molds on them, it doesn't mean that it is bad. It just means that it needs a lot of air. So what you need to do is, when you get your eggs, you put them in the bowl and keep them on top of the fridge or where there is air. If my light is quite consistent, let's say in a day at least they will be light, I put my eggs in the fridge. If you have eggs that has mold on them, it's simple. Get a wet towel and clean it. Do not wash the egg. Just clean it, keep it in the bowl, and keep it on top of your fridge or somewhere that air will go through. The next one we are going to talk about is bread. Now, for store-bought bread, you need to just keep them on the counter and consume within 2 to 3 days. I don't know why you are eating bread that is on the counter for 1 week. Like, I don't know, but for me, it's a big no. For homemade bread like mine, which is made up of oats, bananas, and nuts, I put them in a foil wrap or in a Ziploc bag and keep them in the freezer. Now, for a good freezer, emphasis on good, should be able to retain its cold nature or its chillness for the next 3 to 4 days. That way, your homemade bread is still very okay. The next one is cereal. That one is very simple. Get an airtight container, pour your cereal there and close it. It can stay on your shelf as long as whenever. This is how I store my oats, my granolas, and I have not had any issue ever since. The next one we are going to talk about is tomatoes. Now, there's a reason why I had to separate tomatoes from all the vegetables, and that is because up to 50% of our meals are made with tomato. So when I get my tomatoes, I separate the soft one from the strong one. The strong one, I clean them with a towel and I keep them in a basket. Remember, water shouldn't be on those strong tomatoes. It is what makes it spoil fast. Clean it and keep it in a basket and allow air touch it. It can last for at least 1 week, if not 2. Soft one, on the other hand, I blend them, preferably for me, into rough blends. I boil them to reduce the water and I put oil on it and keep it in a freezer. Emphasis on good freezer. If after 4 days there is no light, bring out the tomato and make stew. The last but not the least is fruits. Before I continue, I want to mention this. Don't buy more than you need, because the light situation is poor and good fridge. So these are the things that you can keep in the fridge and it can last quite a good number of time. Number one is oranges. You keep your oranges in the fridge, the fruit cabinet of the fridge. You keep your oranges. You can also put your apples. Your grapes, you need to wash them with vinegar, dry it, and put it in a plate and keep it in the fridge as well. But if there is no light, just keep them out, but make sure that you eat them within max 1 week, or else it will start getting spoiled. Don't keep bananas in the fridge. I tried it out and I regretted it. Just leave it out in the open. It's perfect. For pineapple, if your light supply is not that good, eat it immediately. Like, eat it. It ferments fast. But if it is good, perfect. Peel it, dice it, keep it in a container, keep it in the freezer. You can bring it out and make smoothies, and it's perfect. I hope with these few points of mine that I was able to convince you and not confuse you that you can actually prep your meals here in Nigeria despite our wonderful power supply. I hope this was helpful. Now, to enjoy and have more tips like this, please like, share and subscribe. Yes ma'am, I'm actually talking to you. Subscribe. Yeah, just subscribe and ring the bell. Yeah.